So I don't know if this will kind of bend your perception like it did mine yesterday, but track with me for a second because I think this is really interesting. So yesterday I recognized something, and I've known it to some degree, like everybody kind of has an understanding of certain things, but every once in a while something is more highlighted to you than another point. And this was one of those times. So with our 2-year-old daughter, I've noticed that when I greet her, so the first time I see her in the morning, when I bring like really big energy, like pick her up, swing her around, that kind of thing, when I do that, or at different points in the day, when I'm coming in the room or coming in the house or whatever, if I really engage her, and it's true with the other kids in different capacity, but with her at that age, when I really bring that kind of really primal energy, that excitement to her, I've noticed now that when she will come in the room, and maybe I'm not necessarily conscious of it, I hear her bringing her version of that energy back to me. And it's so funny because she's just got a handful of words and she's formulating thoughts, but it'll come through in different ways. And last night I was thinking about it. It occurred to me 2 things. One, if I didn't bring that energy to that relationship, she would not bring that energy back to me. So there is a giving, an investing that goes in, and then the response back is in proportion somehow. She doesn't have to do it. It's not forced. There's no part of me doing that automatically receives that back from her. She can choose to do whatever she wants. And for different people at different ages or different situations, people have free will, they have free choice. It can vary. It's not automatic that when we bring a certain kind of or amount of energy to something that automatically it comes back to us. It doesn't work like that. But the thing to me that was so cool was that when I bring that like energy to her and I share that, invest that with her, she has a version of that is processing in her mind and in her emotions and in her little world. And then she brings it back to me in a different way. It's a return on investment. It's a return on investment. It's a return on investment. It got me thinking about it. I'm like, the energy that we bring to our world is reflected the same way. The energy that we bring to other people in our life, the energy that I bring in my relationship with Sarah, the energy that Sarah brings in her relationship with me, the energy that I bring to our different kids at the different ages, the energy that we bring to our families, to the work that we do. There is some ingrained in, like knit, like wired, like coded in the fabric of our reality is this law, the cause and effect, that what we sow, we will reap in some capacity. That's amazing to me. It's amazing. And if this doesn't make sense, or if it sounds like I'm talking about something that doesn't seem that interesting, let me slow it down for 1 second. Bear with me. When I choose to like summon that energy and share it with a 2-year-old and do it in a way where they're excited, they're laughing, we're running around, we're playing, like, and then in our household that is felt, and doing that consistently so that later in a different situation, when she comes into the moment, she brings that kind of energy in her own way. It's different. It sounds like her personality is different. She is now bringing it. But if I didn't bring that energy, then what? Well, it would probably be a reflection of how she's feeling, what she's thinking, how she's formulating her understanding of those moments. It would probably be an understanding of whatever the context is the energy that I'm bringing in other ways. And I've wondered about that. If that's true, and I can see it in such a clear signal, the sonar of that is coming back in a very clear way. I wonder how that works in other parts of our life. I wonder if that's coming back to us in all kinds of different ways. And if that law of sowing and reaping, the law of action, of reaction, of the idea of even karma, I think the word actually means action. If that law of sowing and reaping is happening, is actually in the fabric of our reality, it is probably true on so many levels. It's probably true in the energy and the emails we send. It's probably true in the energy that we bring when we pick up our phone, this like supercomputer, this like catalyst for transformation, this catalyst for activity, that we can schedule things. We can all of a sudden shift the attention of people that we know in other parts of the world. We can like notify people. We can signal and post something that all of a sudden is showing up in the consciousness of other people that we've met on other timelines of our life. This incredible device that we have, the energy that we bring into that, whether we're just consuming, whether we're creating, what we're bringing to it, how we're responding, how we're interacting, or our physical space, whether we just, the things that we have, whether they're just kind of haphazardly used and then tossed aside, whether it's food or our kitchen or our bedroom or laundry or all of these things, whether it's the land, if we have property or land, how we tend to those things. What is that energy like? Because in a way, when we tend to it, in a way, we regularly are bringing a certain kind of energy to it. It's going to reflect back to us. That yard, the backyard, is going to reflect back to us and actually respond in a dynamic way. You rake your, if you're tending to your land, if you're weeding, if you're sowing, if you're cultivating, that land is going to send signal back to us in its own way. That ecosystem, all of that energy, everything that is the daughter in that sense, with the example with my daughter has all kinds of different things, brain chemistry and emotions and all this stuff that's going on for her, the way she responds. Our backyard, the ecosystem, the microbial life, the squirrels, the birds, all of that stuff is also responding back to us. Digitally, technologically, the way that we show up, whether we're showing up with life giving, whether we're speaking words of life, whether we're encouraging, whether we're looking to understand empathetically from what other perspectives, where people are coming from, whether we're speaking into that and encouraging that and pruning back, trimming back the things that are not, whether we're doing that, whatever we're doing is cultivating this signal back to us, this symbiotic like resonance, this like this beautiful way of experiencing life in a different but participatory way, as the energy we bring, the life that we bring, the choices we make, as we send that signal out, as we sow that, as we create that ripple effect, as we give that, it is given back to us in different ways. We get to experience that in different ways. How cool is that? How cool is that? So cool. Return on investment, return on energy, ROE, the return on energy that we bring to things, the energy response, return on energy. So cool.